What's up, fam? Today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I love my 335 IS. So, I'm not exactly in love with this car, but there are some things that I do love about this car. And let's get into those right now. So the first one is gonna be the interior. I really like the interior of this car. I really like the interior of most E92s in general, or E90 platform cars. I think that they look really good. I think that they're very much simple. There's not a whole lot going on in here that's unnecessary that you find in a lot of newer modern cars. There's just a lot of things going on. And that's not really the case with the E92. It's simple, it's clean. The quality of the interior is actually quite nice, and I commented on that when I first bought the car, is the fit and finish of everything is actually very, very good. There aren't really any creaks or rattles or any of that kind of stuff going on in this car, and this car is, it's not new. I mean, it's 8 years old now, and the interior is held up very, very well. And I spend a ton of time in here because I drive a lot for work. And it's one of the best things about the car is that it's been very comfortable, and it's held up very nicely, and it's quiet, and it's refined. I really like that about the interior of this car, and that's something I really like about this car in general. The other thing I really like about this car is the exhaust note. The 335 IS has its own unique exhaust from BMW. It is different from the rest of the E90 and E92 platform cars. It's not the same as the 335i. It's also not the same as the 335i with M Sport exhaust. It is its own unique exhaust note, and it's just great. It's got this slight little burble to it, even without like a burble tune or anything like that. In between shifts, it'll do this crackle pop noise that is pretty great. And then in the higher RPMs, it sounds like an exotic car. It just screams, and I really, really like that about this car. The exhaust note it's been addicting. Like anytime I go through a tunnel or under a bridge, I roll down the windows and just drop a gear and just let it rip, and it just sounds so good every single time. The next thing I really like about the car is this 7-speed dual clutch transmission. I like the DCT. I know a lot of people are going to say that they would prefer a 6-speed, and I get that. And in a lot of cars, I would totally agree. But for whatever reason, I just prefer this car in the DCT transmission. I just think it makes for a great daily driver, and that's exactly how I've used it, right? I drive this thing every day. I drive this thing a lot, in fact. And a lot of the times when I'm just in traffic and driving around, like trying to get places, and I'm trying to like multitask in my mind and do a bunch of different stuff, then for me, the DCT is where it's at. And then when I do want to go around somebody and I do want to drive the car a little bit quicker, then I have the option to do so and have a little bit more of a like engaging driving experience. But, you know, to each their own. I can understand the argument for the 6-speed. I tell you, I would never want my Miata in an automatic. The next thing on the list is going to be the power delivery. It's this motor. It makes tons of torque down low, and it just picks up and it goes. And at my elevation, there's just really nothing better than having that like on tap torque to get around people. And that's what I've really liked about the motor, and the fact that that power is also very, very linear. It comes on like predictably, and it just builds and builds and builds and builds until you get to about 5,000-ish RPMs, and then it's just not quite as as potent. It seems like the turbos start to lose a little bit of steam. But overall, I just really like that it's so linear and it's smooth and it's very refined while still being a little bit brutal when you need it to be. The last thing I really like about this car is that you don't really see them. They're not common. In fact, they're kind of rare. They only made about 7,000 of these between 2011 and 2013 model years. And that's between the E92 and the E93 version of this car. They did come in a drop top. I'm just a coupe guy. Like, I'm not really big on convertibles in the first place. Like, I don't even drive my Miata without the top on it for the most part. But I really like that you don't really see these often. And what I mean by that is, like, you don't see this look, okay? You see M3s all the time, like the E92 M3s. I see them, you know, way more often than I see the IS. In fact, in my town, I think I've only seen 2 other ones ever. A blue one, and then a E93 red one. And that's it. And there's just something about the look of this car that's very sleek. It's more sleek than the M3. It doesn't quite have the muscular look, but it's very sleek and sexy, and I've always really liked that in the fact that you don't see them that often with the wheels, the 313 wheels on it, the you know, the M-Tech bumpers, the side skirts. Like, it's this total package, and I really like that about it. And on the cars that aren't black, you can actually tell that there's like the piano black belt line that goes around the windows, and then also the piano black mirrors. So it just makes for a cool package that you don't typically see that often. Thanks for watching the video, folks. I'm at the end of this road, and that's the end of my list. I'll also be making a video that is 5 things I hate about the 335 IS. And there's a couple. Thanks for watching, folks. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I said thanks for watching twice. Alright, I'm stupid. See you on the next one? Sure.